America is under attack from explosive diarrhea. This is a follow-up to the story the other day. At least 18 to 20 states, 400 cases seems to...
Aftermath is a whole new mode. Let's get up, let's go hard.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to talk about something called explosive diarrhea.
What?
And is growing rapidly in the United States. And it's a parasite that's on vegetables and fruits that's been washed with or rinsed with toxic water that might have parasites in it. And it's actually, get ready for this one, it's actually human feces.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And so when people are eating this, the parasite hits their stomach and it's coming uncontrollable diarrhea. So we're going to watch more videos on this where to the point where people can be walking around, all of a sudden they'll hit and it can come out uncontrollable. They cannot hold it in. It's going to come out and it's explosive diarrhea. It gets everywhere. So we're about to watch more videos and news on this new explosive diarrhea that has hit the United States. Let's go.
Parasitic infection is spreading across our region, and it's making people sick.
Health officials say cases are climbing in southeast Michigan and now northwest Ohio as well. 13 Action News reporter Brianna Weaver joins us now with how it spreads and where we're seeing the highest number of cases. Brianna.
Christian, Lucas County health officials report about 65 cases so far. In southeast Michigan, that number sits at 170 total cases, including 90 in Monroe County and 33 in Lenawee County.
Every day it changes a little bit more as cases start to come in.
Cyclosporiasis is an infection that takes a toll on the gastric system.
Symptoms such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, sometimes fever, sometimes chills, and sometimes bloody diarrhea.
Lucas County epidemiologist Teresa DeTano says the infection is spread when someone eats or drinks something that is contaminated. The health department is zeroed in on one food group in particular.
We find that cyclospora, the parasite, tends to live more on produce than anything else. So fruits and vegetables, mostly lettuce, tomatoes, those kinds of things.
Experts say this doesn't mean you should throw out your produce. DeTano says the best thing you can do is wash it thoroughly before eating. And if you notice you have any of the symptoms of cyclosporiasis, she suggests calling your doctor as soon as possible.
The cyclosporiasis really doesn't go away in a couple of days. You will eventually shed the parasite, but you really need the antibiotic in order to make it quicker and get rid of it.
The health departments in Lucas and Monroe counties are actively working to pinpoint an exact source.
We're so close to the Michigan border and they're so close to the Ohio border, people are going back and forth. Of course, we're going to start to see cases and share those cases.
We have what's called a Michigan-Ohio group where we try to information share things across borders just to see what's going on so that we know that if they're seeing any commonalities of things.
Again, the health department encourages washing your hands and your produce before you eat it. And if you notice these symptoms, make a call to your doctor as soon as possible. Christian?
America is under attack from explosive diarrhea. This is a follow-up to the story the other day. At least 18 to 20 states, 400 cases seems to be spreading. It is spread by contaminated food that has been touched by feces. Kind of gross. Doesn't seem to be spread person to person, but there are now reports all over the place, including Tennessee, Texas, across the Midwest, including Chicago, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, North Carolina. Let me give you the larger list of states. New York, Texas, Illinois, Michigan have been hit the hardest. Other states include Alaska, Colorado, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Massachusetts, New Jersey, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, and Wisconsin. Now, according to the CDC, the parasite Cyclospora spreads through raw produce and water contaminated with human feces, and it causes intestinal illness, cyclosporiasis, whose symptoms include cramps, nausea, fatigue, loss of appetite, low-grade fever, and vomiting. The most commonly reported symptom is watery diarrhea with frequent and sometimes explosive bowel movements. Sorry, that's what it is. Now, one thing that's a little strange is this is typically the kind of thing you get when you go abroad to developing countries to drink the water. That's not what's happening in most of these cases. They've not been able to find people who have been traveling abroad. They've been getting it domestically here in the U.S. That's a little weird. Now, as for treatment, the good news is the illness usually clears on its own, but it can also be treated with antibiotics. Make sure to follow for more explosive updates. You know you had to.
Because this is a mess, literally. There is a rise in cases of explosive diarrhea in the United States caused by a parasitic infection, cyclosporiasis. I'm Dr. Frida. I'm going to tell you exactly what cyclosporiasis is. I'll talk to you about how it is spread, signs, symptoms, diagnosis. I'll tell you how to prevent it. You're actually not really going to like that information. And I'll talk to you about how it's treated. Okay, there has been a rise in watery explosive diarrhea cases in the United States caused by a parasite, Cyclospora. We typically do have some of these infections every year, but we have increasing cases now. As of June 16th, 2026, according to the CDC, there were 145 cases across 17 states and 20 hospitalizations. But since that report came out, Michigan has reported 170 cases. And so this is kind of high. This explosive diarrhea is caused by the parasite Cyclospora cayetanensis. It is a teeny tiny microscopic parasite found on human feces. And you get it by ingesting food or water that is contaminated. It is typically found on fresh produce like lettuce, basil, raspberries. And once you eat the food, it takes anywhere from 2 to 14 days to develop the symptoms. So the most common symptom is watery diarrhea. You can also get bloating, cramping, nausea, vomiting, decrease in appetite. You might get low-grade fever, fatigue. The good news is that it is not typically spread from human to human. How do you prevent cyclosporiasis? By avoiding eating foods or drinking water that's contaminated with it. How can you predict that? We don't really know. In general, for food safety, we definitely recommend that you wash your fruits and your vegetables thoroughly. But here's the truth of the matter about prevention that you're not going to like. Simple running water or even scrubbing does not get rid of cyclospora. Sorry. In order to really get rid of the parasite, you would need to boil your food or apply heat. And who really feels like eating boiled salad kits or raspberries? Cyclosporiasis can be diagnosed by testing the stool, but you have to ask for it specifically. Most healthy people get rid of the infection on their own. But if you're having symptoms, please contact your doctor immediately. And we do have certain antimicrobials or antibiotics that can treat it, specifically Bactrim. If you enjoy evidence-based medical information like this, even if I'm talking about explosive diarrhea, please give me a follow.
If you didn't have an excuse before, you do now. Skip the salad because it might have cyclospora. It's a parasite. Usually you find it inside of lettuces, raspberries, mixed bags of produce, and it's in 17 states. And so far, 20 people have been hospitalized. It causes massive diarrhea, bloating. The good news is it's not spread from person to person. The even better news is it's super, super easy to treat with just a little bit of Septra DS, an antibiotic. Skip the salad, eat the ribs, don't get a parasite.
The parasite that causes explosive diarrhea is spreading across the United States of America ahead of 4th of July weekend. And one person who contracted it, who's in the hospital, told the New York Post, quote, "I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy." At least 20 people have been hospitalized nationwide now. Hundreds of cases have been confirmed, specifically over 100 in Michigan, an unusual number of cases. The infection is called cyclosporiasis. It's a seasonal illness, according to the CDC, and peaks between May and August. Now, the prior report earlier this week, I said there were about 145 cases reported between May and June 16th. But now there have been at least 170 cases confirmed in Michigan since mid-June. And so the total number of cases is rising pretty quickly. Now, this is an illness that is spread via parasites on food. So just be more mindful, especially this 4th of July at barbecues, at cookouts, to monitor the food that you're eating, the water that you're drinking. Ultimately, it's just a really nasty stomach bug. It's not going to kill you per se. It's just a really, really, really nasty parasite.
Delta flight headed for Spain was forced to turn around because of an unfortunate situation.
Negative. It's just a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, so they want us to come back to Atlanta.
All the way through the airplane, yeah. Sadly, for those passengers, the diarrhea was not contained to the bathroom.
Oh, my goodness.
It happened about 2 hours into the flight. After making an emergency landing, everybody was transferred to a different plane. Delta says the original plane was deep cleaned and described the moment as a, quote, medical issue. That people were trying to spray vanilla, it didn't work. Secretly, I hope that this person who had the emergency, like, did something, or like maybe you broke up with your girlfriend over text.
Was this a medical
maybe you
condition?
It's a medical.
Why did they have
this poor person
such severe diarrhea?
I mean, you feel for the passengers, of course, but that's at the very least just mortifying.
Well, y'all, what do you think? I like eating my fruits and vegetables, but this is crazy. Leave your comments below. Like, comment, subscribe. Be careful out there. And let me know if you have some tips on how you keep protecting yourself from this explosive diarrhea. We out.